Alright, we're back with some more Mario 64, and in today's episode, we're going to be looking at World 5, Big Boo's Haunt, which is also one of my favorite stages in the game. I love Big Boo's Haunt. Now, to get to the stage, all we have to do is head out back to the courtyard. When we enter the courtyard, from the door we enter, we have to head to the back left-hand corner of the area, where a Big Boo will be awaiting us. All we have to do is defeat the Big Boo, he'll spawn the stage. Now we have to defeat that enemy every single time we want to enter the stage, which is kinda lame. So Go on a Ghost Hunt is a pretty simple star, all things considered. Come on in here. So to spawn our next star, all we have to do is defeat 5 specific enemies. Those enemies just so happen to be the Boos. Now, like their classic counterparts, if you look a Boo in the eye, they will turn intangible, preventing you from defeating them, thus preventing you from getting the star. So what we have to do is we have to let the Boos get close, get behind them, and simply punch them in the butt. And that'll defeat the Boo. Ghosts don't die. Can you get out of here alive? Alternatively, you can simply let the Boo get close and ground pound. That will also defeat a Boo as well. Defeating the 5 Boos will spawn a 6th Boo. That Boo is our first recurring boss fight of the game. He is also the first Big Boo of the game. And he only appears in this one stage anyway, so. So the reason I like Big Boo's Haunt so much is because it reminds me of Luigi's Mansion, which is one of my favorite GameCube games. I also really like the aesthetic and the setting and the overall atmosphere of Big Boo's Haunt as well. Here comes the Master of Mischief, the Tower of Terror, the Big Boo. Alright, now that we have our Big Boo spawned, all we have to do is head back to the main room, where we will encounter our first boss fight of the stage. Now, the Big Boo operates on the same logic as the other Boos. Look him in the eye, he turns intangible, you can't hit him. So, pretty much hit him from behind. Hit him 3 times, and he goes down, allowing us to collect our first star of the stage. So, Ride Big Boo's Merry-Go-Round is a very similar star to Go on a Ghost Hunt. However, instead of heading into the mansion, we're going to turn left and head into this little cabin, where we will come into our first Mr. I, well, second Mr. I if you want to count the one in the mansion, and an elevator. Take the elevator down to the basement, which is where we're going to be encountering our merry-go-round. Now, the merry-go-round, I find is a little tricky to deal with, as the whole thing spins, first and foremost. There's also fire we have to deal with, and more Boos we have to defeat. And the Boos are moving, Mario is moving, the merry-go-round itself is moving. Everything in conjunction makes dealing with the Boos kinda tricky, I think. So just use your ground pound, and you should be just fine dealing with the Boos. Defeating the 5 Boos will spawn the Big Boo again, who we have to deal with promptly for a second time. We're gonna be dealing with the Big Boo 3 times throughout this entire stage. And then we have an extra star to collect on top of the Big Boo stars. So, Secret of the Haunted Books, like most of the stars in this game, you can get out of order. Now, in order to get the star out of order, you have to do some fancy movement. And by that I mean it's just a jump dive. Now, if we come in here and look at that balcony over there, you can see there's our star. That's the Secret of the Hidden Book star. Normally, what I do is I just jump over and grab it, because a double jump into a dive is enough to get you that star. However, we're not going to be doing that. Instead, we're going to do this the proper way. So coming in this door, we are brought to a hallway of flying books, which do damage. Coming around the back of the hallway, we're presented another puzzle here. Now, the solution to this puzzle is 2, 3, 1. Hit the books in that exact order, and it'll open our next star for us. Coming in the door, and we have our star for the collecting. So, seek the 8 red coins. Still not doing red coins. So, instead, what we're gonna do is we're gonna head back into the mansion, which is where all the red coins are. But instead of collecting the 8 red coins, we're gonna come up these stairs and head in the door to the far right, which just so happens to be this one. Do not bother with the door with that invisible blue block. Just come in this door and come up onto this platform. From here, we can wall kick off of this wall, allowing us to come up to this balcony, allowing us to progress on to our next boss fight against Big Boo. And this should be the last time we deal with Big Boo. So, like the other 2 encounters, hit him 3 times from either ground pounding him or from behind, he'll spawn our next star. But how do we get up to our next star? Well, what we have to do is we're going to do a long jump onto this roof, and now we're going to do another long jump over to the other side from where we came. So up here, we can collect our last star of the day.